Good morning, everybody. I toast to you and I do. I hope you're having a fantastic day. I was going to try to go live on something, but then I changed my mind. Really, I didn't think about it. I just hit record instead of going to like Twitter or Instagram or whatever. I'm trying to get on Instagram. I'm just not really good at the whole like taking selfies and whatnot. So if you follow me on Instagram, you'll see pictures of my garden and what I'm cooking, things like that. It's probably not going to be my face much. Anyways. So I have my fairy cards out again today. And it's funny, this morning I was thinking, so there's this beautiful new deck out by, oh my God, and of course, as soon as I say something, her name just leaves my brain. But there's a new deck out by her, and she's a beautiful fairy artist. She does lots of stuff. I have several of her books. And I was like, I really, maybe I should buy that if I'm going to really start reading with the fairies. But then I got a little sad. So I know that Doreen, whatever her name is, I'm not even going to look, went back to being a Christian, and now she's all evangelical and all of that stuff. And a lot of people are like, get rid of her stuff, get rid of her stuff, you can't use her stuff. Well, I've been using this fairy card deck probably 20 years now. Wow, that's crazy to think. But I've been using this fairy card deck that long. I've been communicating with the fairies in that way. We have a very great relationship. I love the fairies. We work together a lot. And I don't think they care what that lady does. They're like, whatever. She provided a means, an opportunity, a go-between, a way for me to connect with the fairies initially, and for me to get messages back from them. Now, it's funny because I haven't used my cards in a really long time. I mean, they were packed since I moved into this house. We've been here 4 years now, almost 3 years now, 4 years. It'll be 4 years this year. So I haven't had them out. And like there was part of me that felt really bad, and I was like, you get to that point where you're like, fine, I'm just not going to take it out. Like I'll just leave it in the box. And it was funny as I unpacked this box yesterday. It's one of my altar boxes because I just hadn't found a space when we first moved in here to like set up an official altar space. And then when I eventually got to it, I had mostly new stuff, so I didn't need all of the stuff out of my box. So I just was gonna leave them there forever, I thought. And then I decided, I was like, no, you shouldn't leave them there. Just because something gets left for a long time, or because you don't do it the first time, or it doesn't get done right away, doesn't mean that the cards are falling out at me. The fairies have something to say. They're like, shh. But it doesn't mean that you need to leave it there. It doesn't mean that you have to stop. It's okay to go and get that. It's okay to leave something for months, for years, for whatever, and then come back to it and be like, okay, I'm ready to rework with this energy, and I'm ready to connect in that way. So the cards that popped out this morning while I was just talking to you, this is funny because I've gotten this one twice now, is parenting and children. And so sometimes when we think about that card or that presence, we think literally just about parent and children. And I don't think that that's necessarily true. I mean, yes, that is that literal translation. And the fairies are super literal. Like, my kids are probably inside ready for breakfast or whatever. They're like, hey, go feed your kids. I fed the little one. The other ones can feed themselves. No, I'm just kidding. They'll be fine. A lot of times we get really literal with it, and we're like, oh, this must be my relationship with my mother or my father or something like that. But it doesn't have to be that. Honestly, what I'm feeling now and what I'm hearing from my guides is that this, even in my cards, like this is a relationship between me and my parental energy, my spirit energy, and it is my guide, it is my teacher, my caregiver, all of those things, that the same thing that a parent does. And so just like when you don't talk to your parents for a while, it's okay. They still want to talk to you. And same as it goes the other way. Sometimes as we don't talk to our children. And you have those weird things where you're like, it's okay to come back. It's okay to talk to people. It's okay to pick up the phone and call them like you could talk to them yesterday. And it's the same thing with my fairy cards and with all magical energy and all of that kind of stuff, is that even if you've left it for a minute, it's okay to come back to that. It's okay to pick it up and say, okay, I'm ready to do this, and let go of that guilt or whatever it is that's keeping you from doing that. Like, you're like, oh, I feel bad. There's like this weird part of me that was like, my fairies are going to be mad at me. But I have offerings to the fairies almost every day. Me and the ganjas are like, and I invite them into my house every winter. Right now I'm encouraging them to come back out into the garden, which is amazing. Yesterday, actually, the reason I decided I was going to start doing this is because I was watching in my garden as the sun was rising, and you could see the little flitters of shiny, the fairies in my garden. And I was like, it's time. So that's what I did. So then the next card that came out, like, I'm getting a phone call from my sister, which is funny, just because of the whole parenting child thing. So the next card that came out is new opportunities. We have to stay open to new opportunities all the time, no matter what we think or... So, sorry, it just, as I'm talking, it just comes to me and how the two cards are related. But so we have this energy, that parental, that guiding, nurturing energy, that sometimes we just kind of let it sit. But when we pull it out, it's a brand new opportunity. It's a new thing. Even though it's been there and we love it and it's everything that we've known all these years, it's still a new opportunity. It's a new opportunity to reconnect. It's a new opportunity to learn something. It's a new opportunity to grow and to go back to what you're good at or comfortable at, or what is challenging you, whatever that may be. But it can still be a new opportunity. So, and let those new opportunities come to you. Don't fight it because you think that it has to be something brand new. Like, oh, brand spanking new shiny. Someone else's your trash is someone else's treasure. So new opportunities don't have to be brand new, and it can be something that you pulled out that you've worked with before. And the last one, I love music. Music is such an important part of my practice. I got make music. This also is saying, get out and dance, get out and express yourself and share that information. And the fairies tell me, they say, it's okay. This new opportunity is a good way to express yourself and to share this information with other people. And I always want to make more videos, but I feel like I don't have anything to talk about. I'm like, what should I say? I don't know what to say. And then I feel like I just babble or whatever. And so I was like, what am I going to do? So here's this new opportunity, and I'm going to share this information with all of you and to help everybody learn and grow. So those cards I didn't draw. They just flew out of the deck while I was sitting here shuffling and talking. So I'm going to draw one card for today. What is the message, the lesson, the whatnot of today? Oh, while I'm shuffling this, I do have to say, so it's funny, I'm not one to go out and like get readings from other people because I'm so connected to the psychic energy. It scares me. I'm not going to lie. I don't always want to know the answer that comes on the other side. I don't like asking direct questions because I don't want to know. Honestly, I would rather just let fate take its course because I have faith. But sometimes I do ask, and it's funny. So I say to the world, hey, I need to know this. And when I had a question about a month ago, 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, whatever, I asked it, and then I happened to catch this lady's live feed of her tarot readings, and her cards that she drew that day were like exactly what I needed to hear, spot on, amazing. And I was just like, wow, like, that's amazing. And it's also one of the reasons that encouraged me to do this and to share this information. They're letting the chickens out next door. Is because when you come across videos like this, if you feel drawn to watch it, it probably means the cards in that video or the message in that video is meant for you. And that's not always true, but when you come across something random, like say you've never seen my channel or what I'm doing or anything, and you see this video, maybe these cards are for you. And it doesn't mean watch every day and that every card is going to be for you, but on the days where it sparks your thing, when that notification bell rings and you're like, oh, I need to watch that. Listen to that intuition. That's listening to your intuition. So, all right, with that said, today's card that we shall draw, fairies, what do we have to say today? Positive expectations. Okay, so I also have to say this. My cards are so talkative and the energy is so communicative with me that I need to hold it up higher so that you can see as I'm shuffling, the card just flips itself. It's the way they work with me. So we have positive expectations. So expect something positive today. Expect. Know that today something positive is coming your way, something amazing, something that's going to help brighten, even if it's something small and little. That little thing can be that mustard seed that grows into something grand, but expect something positive. So with that, I toast to all of you. I hope you have a fantastic day in all you do. Don't forget to like and subscribe and all that hot jazz, and we will see you again tomorrow.